Today, we've called this press conference to share with you some of the information which we had discussed at the annual general meeting of the Nagaland Olympic Association. The last annual general meeting was in 2020. We could not have it was 2020, right? 20, yeah. But we could not have it the next AGM because of the COVID pandemic. And now that we are fully back to normalcy, hopefully, we could have the AGM today. So, altogether, 14 affiliated associations participated in the AGM of today. They are archery, athletics, badminton, basketball, boxing, football, handball, kho-kho, lawn tennis, muay thai, softball, sepak takraw, shooting sports, table tennis, taekwondo, volleyball, weightlifting, wrestling, and wushu state sports associations. We also had, for the first time in the AGM, a list of dignitaries who were special invitees to the AGM, led by, the special invitees included Ms. Jetono Nakro, State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Engineer Lanu Toy, who is the founding president of the Nagaland Olympic Association, and Dr. T. Au, State Sports Awardee. Our only Olympian and Arjuna awardee, Chakrawolu Shuru, was a special invitee. Engineer Zale, Honorable Advisor, Sports Department. Mr. John Longkumar, Director General of Police. The Commissioner Secretary of Sports Department, Wezope Kenye. The Principal Director of School Education, Mr. Thabasalan. And the Director of Youth Resources and Sports, Mrs. Akamla Chuba. So these were special invitees. Education Department was a special invitee because education, school education is linked with the development of sports, creating of a sports culture in the state, and introducing a sports way of life to children is very crucial. That is why we had the Education Department as special invitees. The Sports Department, obviously, were part of that. During the course of the AGM, the website of the Nagaland Olympic Association was officially launched by the Chief Minister, the Honorable Chief Minister, and very soon we will also be developing the NOA mobile app. Another decision we took is that Nagaland will be participating in the Northeast Olympic Games, which will be held in Shillong, Meghalaya, in the month of September. The dates have already been notified, but there's a likelihood that the dates could change if the Indian Olympic Association's calendar changes, because the National Games is going to be held in Gujarat. That date, official confirmation is being expected today. The decision to hold the Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games 2022 has been taken today. It will be held from 22nd to 27th August 2022. The main host city will be Kohima. Some disciplines will be played in Dimapur. While the official dates of the games are 22nd to 27th August, there are some disciplines which will start ahead of the official inauguration, like perhaps football, because football needs more time to play out a league. There will be 16 disciplines in the Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games: archery, athletics, badminton, basketball, boxing, football, taekwondo, table tennis, wushu, tennis, and shooting sports. These are the disciplines in which competitions are being held in the Northeast Olympics in Shillong. That is why we have chosen these disciplines. Also, considering the available infrastructure, logistics, and resource available, we have zeroed in on these disciplines. There is a request to add other disciplines also, and which we agree that they should be added. However, we have stuck to the disciplines that will be held in the Northeast Olympics, and as I said, resources, facilities, and infrastructure will not allow us to have all the disciplines. Even in these 11, 12 disciplines, if we have 10% participation from 16 districts, with the addition of the new districts, we are looking at 4,000 plus participants. It will make it the biggest ever sports event in the history of the state. The last edition of the Nagaland Olympics was held in Dimapur. That time we did not have 16 disciplines. For the first time, we will also be having para sports and Paralympic disciplines in these games. The Olympic ideal and the Olympic belief is to strengthen inclusivity in all sections of society. And the Olympic movement is a leader in inclusivity throughout the world. You are aware that every time there is an Olympic Games that is held, there is also a Paralympic Games. The Nagaland Olympic Association is taking this ideal and this spirit of the Olympic movement forward. That is why we have included Paralympic sports this time. You are aware, recently all of you had participated in a program where we also launched and instituted the Nagaland Paralympic Committee. This was carried out on the advice, consultation, and recommendation of the Office of the Disability Commissioner. So this will be the first time that it will be Nagaland Olympic and Paralympic Games. We have also taken several steps in streamlining sports associations. If Nagaland is to change the narrative in sports, if we are to start producing champions, we must first start by streamlining the sports associations. Sports associations have to pull up their socks, have to function in an efficient and professional manner, and sports can no longer be approached as a hobby or a recreation. Today, sports has to be taken forward as a science. Sports must be developed as a science. Only then will we produce champions in future. That is why the Nagaland Olympic Association has tasked the Sports Association to streamline themselves, to use technology, to use transparency, maintain best practices, and ensure that minimum standards are observed. Then we can talk about developing sports, coming up with policies and programs. Today, the Nagaland Olympic Association is functioning with a full-fledged secretariat. We have appointed a team of professionals who are functioning in the secretariat, and we are working round the clock. Another important decision we have taken today is that the Nagaland Olympic Association has instituted the Athletes Commission. The Athletes Commission will comprise of past sports persons, past athletes, former retired sports persons, who will be part of the decision-making body of Nagaland Olympic Association, so that they bring in their inputs, their feedback, their experiences, and also share the problems and grievances that they face in the field of sports. This is our inclusivity program, and we need to bring sports persons on board. We have discussed today that sports persons must have at least 25 to 30% of past sports persons in the sports associations, so that people who know sports, who are experienced in the field of sports, who have competed at the highest levels, are also groomed as sports administrators who will frame policies and programs in the development of sports. We have also taken a decision today. What we did today in the AGM for the first time was we made every association present a PowerPoint presentation about their activities, their manner of functioning, the elections that they've held, how they are managing the finances, what is their financial problem, how is their nature of expenditure. All these have been submitted by the various sports associations in a manner of PowerPoint presentations. Also, reports were given. We were happy to have the Director General of Police and his team of officers. They gave a lengthy and very made PowerPoint presentation on the Nagaland Police Sports Battalion, which is a unique model in Nagaland. It is the first in the country. When the Chief Minister had last year laid the foundation stone for the first Nagaland Police Sports Battalion, so the DGP gave a PowerPoint presentation on that and the way forward on that. We also had presentations from the Department of Youth Resources and Sports and the Disability Commissioner, Madam Diatono Nakro. They gave presentations on their respective subjects. We discussed matters relating to anti-doping measures, age manipulation, and overtraining of sports persons. These are three challenges that the sports fraternity of the country is facing. You know, anti-doping. This has to be regulated. This is a new thing for us, but we will soon be instituting an anti-doping committee in the Nagaland Olympic Association also. The other aspect was age manipulation. Age manipulation is a big challenge, not only here, but also throughout the country and even in countries abroad. We have tasked the associations to use technology for age determination. Today, birth certificates and school certificates is not good enough to prove your age. Age will be proven through X-rays, medical tests, dental reports, and science will be used to determine age. So we've asked the associations to adhere to these regulations. The most important decision that we took today, the whole House unanimously adopted a resolution that Nagaland will bid for a future edition of the National Games. I gave a presentation on the pros and cons of hosting the National Games. The Honorable Chief Minister gave his views, and the resolution was put to the House, and it was unanimously decided that Nagaland will bid for the National Games. Towards this end, the Nagaland Olympic Association, on behalf of the youth of the state, on behalf of the sports persons of the state, seeks the support of all sections of Naga society. We feel that Nagaland has come of age. Our youth are ready for the big game. Our youth are ready to be international ambassadors of Nagaland and the Naga people. And we feel that we have to give them the opportunity to excel at the highest levels. We are confident that our youth will rise to the occasion. We know that they have the talent, and we know that they will deliver the goods. That is why, in pursuing the collective aspirations and ambitions of young Nagas across Nagaland, Nagaland Olympic Association has taken a decision to bid for the National Games. We seek the support of all sections of Naga society. We seek the support of the Government of India, and we hope that this bid will be successful and that in the near future, Nagaland will host the National Games, change the narrative, and begin a new era in the journey and the adventure of the Naga people. Insofar as the Paralympic sports is concerned, it will not be held on an inter-district basis. It will be more in the nature of demonstration sports. The Paralympic Committee, in consultation with the Disability Commission, will identify a few disciplines, and we will have demonstration sports which it is possible, keeping in view infrastructure. Yes, we have first made a study of the available facilities in and around these two cities of Kohima and Dimapur and Chumukedima now, these three cities. So, having studied the possibilities, only we have decided that we are going to have these disciplines. We are aware that this is a summer season and it will be rainy, so we have planned to have majority of the sports discipline indoors. Those which it's inevitable to have outdoors, like archery and football, will be outdoors, but football is a sport, despite the rain, goes ahead, and all other sports we are trying to make it indoors as much as possible.